Hey guys, so today I'm doing my May wrap-up video, and these are all the books that I've read so far in May, or total that I've read in May. I read a total of 7 books, so let's get started. The first one I'm going to show you guys, I read beginning of May, is The Unbecoming of Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. And I really love this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I did a review on this one, so I will leave it down in the link below, and you can check out the review. So that's all I'm going to say about this one. Then the next book, the second book. So after I read The Unbecoming of Dyer, I didn't have the second book to read right away. And it left off on such a cliffhanger. I was like, I need the second book now. So I went online and ordered it from Amazon. But I ordered it on a Friday, so it wouldn't get here till Monday. So during that weekend, until I got the second book, I read The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So I read it that weekend, and I wanted to read it before the movie comes out, which the movie comes out this Friday, which I'm planning on seeing it this weekend. So, yes. I like the book. I gave it, I think, a 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. I didn't cry, as I've heard most people cried at the end of the book or whatever. I didn't cry. I mean, I kind of saw the ending coming, but it was still a really good book. So, and I also have a review of The Fault in Our Stars, so I will leave a link to that down below as well. So then, after The Fault in Our Stars, and the following week on Monday, I got The Evolution of Dyer, which is the second book in the Dyer series. And it's right there. And so I got this that Monday, and I pretty much devoured this book. I read the whole thing in 2 days, maybe, I think. But I loved this book. Gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It became one of my favorite books now. And I won't really say what this one's about because it'll spoil the ending of the first book. But this book pretty much picks up right where the first one leaves off. And so it is so amazing. But now I'm really want the third book, now. And it doesn't come out till November. So, it sucks. And I have to wait a while. And that sucks, but, well, I have a ton of other books to keep my attention until it comes, so. Anyway, the next book I read in May. I read this one for the Judge a Book by its cover challenge, and this is Sleep No More by April Lynn Pike. And this one I also gave 3.5 stars. I have a review of this one as well, so I will leave a link to that review down below and you can check it out. So the next book that I read was part of a read-along. The Bookbusters on Goodreads. There's a group called Bookbusters. And pretty much they do read-alongs where they'll have a book they choose every month, and we all read it and fangirl about it. So this month's book was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. And this book, it was better than I thought it would be, but still not quite what I expected. I have a review of this book as well, and I will leave the link for this review down in the description below. But I gave this one, I believe I gave it 3.5 stars. So yeah. And then the next 2 books that I read, these were the last 2 I read in May, and they're both mermaid books. And so Lizzie Books talked about wanting to do a Mermaid May, where you read mermaid books in May, and Ariel Bissett had said she was thinking of joining along with that, and I was like, it'd be interesting, it'd be cool to read some mermaid books in May, so I decided to do Mermaid May, and there's no, required amount of mermaid books you have to read or whatever, there are no rules or whatever, you just read a mermaid book in May, so the first one that I read was Monstrous Beauty by Elizabeth Fama, I think. But I really like this cover because I've seen a different cover of this book as well, and it's like the whole mermaid with her tail and everything, and I think it's the cover that's usually sold most places, but luckily I found this cover because I really like this cover a lot better than the other one. But anyway, this book, it's kind of hard for me to explain this book exactly, so I'm just going to read the synopsis on the back. It says, he knew he would die kissing her. When fierce mermaid Shrinka falls in love with a human named Ezra, she abandons her life underwater for a chance at happiness on land. The choice comes with horrific and deadly consequences. Generations later, 17-year-old Hester knows that love and death are inextricably linked for the women in her family. It is an undiagnosed genetic defect, or a curse. Hester's solution is to avoid love altogether, until she meets an enigmatic stranger named Ezra and feels drawn to him in a way she can't explain or resist. Ezra may be able to help her tease apart the strands of her family's strange history. Ezra knows a thing or two about curses. The answer Hester seeks are waiting in the graveyard, in the crypt, and at the bottom of the ocean, but powerful forces will do anything to keep her from uncovering her connection to Shrinka and the tragedy of so long ago. And I have no idea if I'm even saying all the names in this book right. Some of the names in here were kind of weird. For one, the mermaid, I think it's Shrinka. It's Syrenka. So, Shrinka, I think. I don't know. I may be saying that wrong, but I've been saying it wrong the whole book. So, anyway, I thought this was an interesting book. I liked it. I gave it, I think, a 4 out of 5 stars. It's one of those books that does switch point of views back and forth between 2 different characters' point of views. Typically, I'm not really into books like that because I end up loving one character's story so much more, and every time it switches to the other character, it annoys me. And that happened a little bit with this book because I really liked Shrinka's story a lot more than Hester's, and it would switch back and forth between Hester and Shrinka, and I loved hearing about Shrinka's story, But Hester's, I didn't really get into her story until towards the end of the book, because then it was just her. So, yeah, this book, it was a pretty good book. It was interesting and different take than most mermaid books, I think, because of the whole curse element that was added. It was interesting to find out about the curse and how it came to be and how it affected all these generations in her family. So yeah, I really liked it. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So if you're looking for a mermaid book to read for the summer, definitely check that one out. And then the last book that I read, which is another mermaid book, is Fathomless by Jackson Pierce. And this one is, it said it was supposed to be a modern retelling of Little Mermaid, but I didn't really see elements of Little Mermaid in the story. But basically, 2 of the main characters, Lo and Celia, so Lo rescues a boy from drowning, Jude. She brings him to shore, and Celia is there when Lo brings him on shore and tries to save him. And Celia tries to help Lo save Jude. So Celia performs CPR and tries to help save Jude. Celia is a triplet, and her and her sisters have powers, and Celia's power is the ability to see anyone's past. So the minute she touches them, she can see everything from their past. And so she doesn't really see her power as being useful or helpful, but when she meets Lo, she realizes how helpful her power can actually be, because Lo is an ocean girl, what they call an ocean girl. She's not a mermaid because she has feet and legs, but she lives in the ocean, so she's an ocean girl. But she has no memory of her past and what her life used to be before she became an ocean girl. And so Celia is helping Lo put the pieces together and helping her remember her past. Now, throughout all this, Celia and Jude end up starting to date. Lo is a little bit jealous, and Lo tries to see what Jude's affection for her is, because there is this myth that if an ocean girl gets a mortal to fall in love with her, she can steal his soul and regain her humanity. So Lo is trying to test out Jude's feelings for her. But it was an okay book. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was just okay to me. It took me a long time to get into, but it got better towards the end. Like the last 100 pages was really good, and then the last 30 or so pages was really great and really intense. So it got a lot better towards the end, but still a very slow start and not quite what I wanted or expected. I kind of wanted more out of it. So to me it was just okay. Gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. But yeah, those are all the books I read in May. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys read and if you have read any of these books. And I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!